Great. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for committee members for having us here to talk about this important topic. I know that we have a number of speakers, so I'm going to try to be brief and give you an overview on my section, and it'll be filled in with some of the gaps from others who will be speaking. So I wanted to talk about the state of homelessness in the state of Michigan, and just let you know that our mission is serving as an inclusive voice to improve systems and support communities in a way that leaves no one behind. So let's just jump right into it in very broad strokes. Homelessness in Michigan is increasing as housing costs continue to rise faster than wages. The issue is not simply a lack of services, but a structural shortage of affordable housing. And current economic and policy conditions are putting more households at risk of homelessness. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the data in what's called the GAP report that's put out annually by the National Low Income Housing Coalition, because I think it helps to provide a little bit more clarity when we talk about the need for affordable housing and who that affects, who is affected by that. So in Michigan, we have 309,000 extremely low income renter households, and they're defined as earning at or below 30% of the area median income. If we try to extrapolate that, every household in Michigan, the average is about 2.4 persons per household, so 309,000 household means about 750,000 people that fall into this category. And the 30% of area median income, just to put it into a context for you, in the city of Lansing, the area median income is $55,000. 30% of that is $16,500. So we're talking about people as individuals in the city of Lansing who are earning $16,500 or less. Okay, so that's a context for you. There are only about 114,000 rental units that are both affordable and available to these households. This creates a shortage of nearly 195,000 affordable homes for the lowest income renters. As a result, only 37 affordable units exist for every 100 extremely low income households. And nearly 3 out of 4 of these households are severely cost burdened, meaning that they spent more than half of their income on rent and utilities. So in essence, the pipeline to homelessness is built into the market because of the lack of affordable housing available to those individuals, 750,000 people in the state of Michigan. So I'm not going to go into all of this, but this is for your edification after this hearing, breaking down some of the numbers with respect to different incomes in the state of Michigan and what percentage of those who are categorized as severely cost-burdened renters in the state. But I do want to point out, when we talk about most extremely low-income households being representative, approximately 1/3 are seniors, approximately a quarter are people who are disabled, and about 30% of those who are in the workforce. So those are people that are generating income but still fall within that category. I think that's important to put that out there as well. So continuing with the GAP report, Michigan faces a statewide housing shortage of over 100,000 units, limiting availability across all income levels. The shortage is most severe for extremely low income households where supply falls far short of demand. And rising rents and stagnant wages mean more households are experiencing housing instability each year. I did want to tag on something else that I think is important information as well. Some of you may be familiar with the ALICE report, which is generated annually by the Michigan Association of United Ways, and that is representing people who are asset limited, income constrained, and employed. That makes up about 40% of Michigan's households. So that's another level and category when we think in terms of people who have limited income and limited opportunities with respect to their housing. So some policy concerns I just wanted to put out there that do relate to what we think about as far as policy issues at the state level, but these are things at the federal level largely, but reductions in federal support directly impact shelter capacity and rental assistance and services for vulnerable populations. Policies would require treatment participation as a condition for help, federal direction including widening involuntary civil commitment, plans including reducing permanent housing funding and redirecting to transitional models, and policies promoting encampment bans, arrests, and increased law enforcement involvement. And I just wanted to point out that those efforts are spilling over into the state of Michigan, where we have more communities that are looking at criminalization of homelessness. And just wanted to point out that in the city of East Lansing, there was an attempt to pursue ordinances to that effect, and there was tremendous community support that actually forced the city council to rethink its position and drop the issue altogether. But there are other communities where that is still coming up that we're very concerned about. In the state of Indiana, just to let you know, that is a state that has had big changes with respect to criminalization of homelessness, and we are concerned that as that takes place in a neighboring state, we'll see more of those efforts in this state to push communities in that direction. So that is my presentation. I'm happy to answer questions, or if you're going to be asking questions at the end, that's fine as well. But we do have others here that are going to be speaking from their own perspectives of lived experience, but also in the work that they do in providing services to those who are in most need in our communities. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be here.